Hello there, it's Casey, the thriftiest booktuber out there. I am here to report on a whopping 2 books I got for bargain, bottom dollar price. One of them being the very much coveted, raved about, the 7.5 Deaths. I knew that was gonna happen. Curse you, Evelyn Hardcastle, wherever you are on my bookshelves. That's the bad thing about rainbow shelves. You forget what color the book is, you're toast. I purchased the 7 I almost said it again. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my gosh. For $3.99. I'm so glad they put the sticker on the back. They are doing what Books A Million and Barnes & Noble should be doing. But anyways, do I really know what this book is about? No. Except there's this aging Scarlet. Okay, I had ramen today. Did someone spike my ramen with something that just gets words mixed up? Was I roofied? This book is about an aging starlet. And I believe it's written in a memoir fashion, where she is just recounting her lives and, of course, all her 7 husbands. Not her 7 deaths. This ain't about reincarnation. Okay, so reading the back of this book, I am now expert. So, everybody's been waiting for the salacious, scandalous tale of Evelyn Hugo to find out what really happened in her love life and career. And when Evelyn decides to finally spill the beans, does she pick the world's best reporter? No, she picks some rando. And it sounds like this random woman, Monique, she's having a hard time. Issues with her husband, her life ain't going anywhere, so maybe she'll pick up some good tips from Miss Evelyn. And the second book I picked up is The Devil Walks in Mattingly. Do I know anything about this book? No. I like how I say that, and I immediately go into what the book's about. For 3 tortured people secretly complicit. For 3 tortured people secretly complicit in a young man's death, redemption is the most precious desire, and the last thing any of them ever expected to receive. So it's like your standard, oh, we're buddies, but we all have this dark secret regarding the death of one of our other buddies. Are we the ones who killed them? Find out by flipping the book open. Got this one for $3. That's right, I'm the best bargain hunter out there. You can't match this. But I thought it'd be fun just to talk about for a little bit all the surreptitious stuff I have done to books. On accident or the aftermath of what was on purpose, but not thought of in advance. I've messed up some books in my days, especially my elementary school days where I just didn't care because they belonged to the library. I didn't pay for them, but then in the end I did pay for them. So here are 3 instances where I ruined a book. Okay, so instance number 1. All the way back in elementary school, one day I was browsing through my school's library and I found the most depressing children's book ever. I cannot remember the name, but you know that thing from the Problem Solvers? The brown thing with like the butt lips? I think he has a giant nose. Never watched the Problem Solvers because I got like a seizure just looking at the commercials for those things. But imagine this book and that's the main character, but he's blue instead. He's the only blue person and everything around him is like monochrome. And I feel like this book was just about this blue character just moving around his house pointing out what furniture was. I think it was just a furniture, let's get ready to go to school book. Something that teaches kids just to get ready in the morning. But it looked so depressing and my little Casey mind back then was like, why does everyone in this book look so sad? So I was curious. I wanted to examine this depressing vista more. And I checked it out, put it in my backpack, went home, and did nothing for months and months because I totally forgot about the book. I forgot I had checked it out, and then when the library cops came after me, they were like, "Where's our book?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I forgot about it and I lost it. I had no idea where it went." So eventually, they called my parents, and little, probably 2nd grader me was steered by the shoulder by my dad up to the library's librarian's desk, and the lady's like, "Do you know why you're here?" And I'm like, I lost my book, and I'm sorry. Now, this lady, she was like the perfect evil villain. She's like sitting at the table with her arms like this, her chin resting on her knuckles, just staring at me. I realize now she was waiting to see if I would lie or something, because once you know what happened to the book, you would get why they want to know why I would do such a thing. But I just kept telling them that I lost the book. My dad, he said that he never saw the depressing kids book. So the librarian and the lady next to her, they like look at each other, like knowing looks, like we have enough information. And then with all the dramatic slowness of like a movie, she pulls out from underneath the desk the book. But this book, it looked like a grizzly bear that had made it with a blender. Its baby, that blender bear baby, it looked like it had mauled that book to pieces. Like its spine was barely holding together, its cover was just ripped apart, dangling in tatters from, oh, it was just a mess of a book. Like no amount of tape would save it. And it was soggy, like puddle wet soggy too. I wanted to like reach out and touch it, but they wouldn't let me because I couldn't be trusted anymore apparently. They told me that they had found the book in the pickup zone for the car, so apparently, I just feel guilty in my heart. I forgave myself long ago. It's okay. We can get through this. Apparently the book had fallen out of my backpack during the pickup time, and while I was getting into my parents' car, it fell out onto the road and was proceeded to be run over 1,000 times. So yeah, they made me buy that. Thanks. I'm pretty sure I turned it and threw it in the trash right after we were done with the parent-teacher conference, whatever it's called. Parent-teacher yell at Casey for an accident conference. But this would not be the last time I would be on the librarian's bad side. Okay, so 4th grade. Positive this one happened in 4th grade. We were made to watch one of these videos that taught us like how to handle books properly at the library. Like, oh, don't turn from this corner, turn from this corner. Like, does that really make a difference? Oh, don't turn your book upside down open or you're gonna mess up the spine. But there was one. This 1 second of the movie told us not to dog ear our books. This is the first time I ever heard about dog earing. And I was like, that actually sounds like a cool idea. I'm gonna do that. I won't have to worry about a bookmark. Now, because of this incident, I do not dog ear my books anymore. I don't care if you do. You do you. I'm just gonna carry a bookmark around. But I think we can all agree, never dog ear a library book. It's not yours. Did 4th grader me care about that? No. So, 4th grader me went to the library, checked out a Jungle Book. It might even be the Jungle Book. The only thing I remember from that book is a boy and his dad. They're in India, and the dad is teaching his son to watch the monkeys, watch what the monkeys are eating, because if the monkeys can eat that fruit, then you could eat that fruit. I don't know if that holds up in real survivalist school, but if I'm ever lost in India or a jungle, follow the monkeys. So, I read that book, dog earing every time I closed the book. I returned it. After an indeterminate amount of time later, I went back to the library to get a new book. Now, back in those days, our checkout cards were shaped like bookmarks. They were laminated, they had a little barcode on the end, and they were all arranged alphabetically in drawers. So if you wanted to check a book out, you had to go to the cabinet and look for your card. So I went to my name, the letter for my name, and I just looked through everything, and I'm like, it's not here. My library card isn't here. I went up to the librarian, and I'm like, yo, where's my bookmark? And she's like, oh, I'll be right there, and we'll look for it together. She took so long, so I went looking for it by myself. Now, I had forgotten about this, because do I ever look up at stuff to see what my surroundings look like? No. So I went back to the cabinet, and now above the cabinet were books and the little checkout bookmarks of the shape. The kids who had committed library sins, the books they had ruined, and their little cards were on display for everyone to laugh at. Like, ooh, you got in trouble. So, I look up, and right in front of my face, I see that Jungle Book and my card. And I'm like, uh-oh. So, hoping the librarian doesn't see me, I was gonna like whip my card down so I can check out my book, but then she caught me. She's like, you can't check out any books until you pay for ruining that book. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. She's like, girl. She took it down, she showed me every single dog-eared page, and then she gave me like the little receipt for, you need to pay $5 for this. And I'm like, and she stapled that little note right into my planner, and would have to show my planner to my parents at the end of the day. My dad saw the note, and he's like, what is this about? And I was like, I ruined a book, but don't worry, Daddy, I'm gonna pay for it. Now, $5 for a 4th grader was a heck ton of money. So I was hoping by like being really sweet, he would like step in and pay for it. But he was like,
heck no, you are paying for that.
So yeah, in elementary school, don't trust me with your books. I will ruin it. The 3rd book I have ruined happened so ashamedly, so unforgivably recently, you may cry, especially when you see what book it is. One thing you don't know about me is I love to press flowers. See? Look at them. They're pretty. Here comes the bride. Are you impressed? So I love to press flowers. And I'm pretty good at it, I think. None of my flowers really fall apart, but I learned sadly that the hardest flowers to press are yellow flowers, because their colors will bleed onto whatever you're using to press the flowers. I use big books, and the big book I use the most is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Actually, I have some flowers in it right now. But like I said, yellow flowers are the hardest to press. Nah, that one doesn't look good. It looks depressing. But I've ruined this book. Warning, this next segment can offend any Harry Potter fan, so viewer discretion is advised. Yellow flowers, flowers. Well, this book smells like weeds. So yeah, if I ever need to reread the Harry Potter series, I need a new 7th book. Just for like the back segments of it. I've had this book ever since 5th grade. I bought it because there was a Harry Potter ban at my school. So I'm like, I'm just gonna run to Target. Yeah, this book stinks. I mean, it's still readable. It just has mold in it now. Yep. I'm just horrible. Yeah, this book, it smells bad. So those are the 3 worst things I've ever done to a book. Accidentally dropped it in a parking lot, dog-eared it purposefully but didn't think I'd be in trouble for it, and befouled a Harry Potter book. I hope your opinion of me doesn't lessen. Please comment below on what you have accidentally or unpurposely done to a book. Are you one of those people who write in their books? I'm not, because I know if you get a pen in my hand and there's paper on the other hand, I'll just doodle all over the whole thing. It's not something I can control. Anyways, guys, just thanks for this fun little discussion video. Hope you guys are inspired to treat your books nicely. Wait, nope, there's a 4th thing I did. I accidentally stepped on my favorite book in the world, Eldest, by Christopher Paolini, ripping the front cover of the paperback off. That literally broke my heart. I still have that book, and it's held together by tape. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Casey, and you probably haven't ruined 4 books. You're probably respectable, and I respect that. Thank you guys, I'll see you next time. Until then, keep turning pages, if the pages can turn, because if you're me, they are glued together by mold. You and I, we just press, we're just pressing flowers. They're dying, but they're ours. I love you.